So, good evening, and welcome along to our brand new entertainment feature here on NVTV. Every week around this time, we'll be talking about all things entertainment, and we're starting off this week with a trip to the theatre, to Beaver Players Theatre, where Belfast College of Acting are getting ready for their latest production, Willie Russell's classic play, Blood Brothers. Pauline, you're the director of the show. This is slightly different. We've all seen the musical. I've seen it 14 times, but this is going right back to the way Willie Russell first wrote the play, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, he developed it after this very first edition, and basically going back, we are making it's much darker. The characters are 100% three-dimensional. Their emotion is raw. We see a very clear deterioration for Mrs. Lyons that we don't see in the musical at all. Her mental health deteriorates because of the decision she made. Interestingly enough, it doesn't matter what decision, whether you were from the divide of the society of being rich or whether you were poor. Mrs. Johnson decided to give her baby away. Mrs. Lyons decided to buy the baby. And like I said, Mrs. Johnson couldn't necessarily cope in her way, but Mrs. Lyons deteriorates big time. And depression is actually very close to my heart, so I wanted to enhance that side of the play and show that the decisions we make can sometimes be detrimental to our mental health, but also our circumstances, you know, the way where we're brought up, how we're brought up, can also make us feel depressed in situations that happen to us through our lives. And
of course, the themes in the play are very relevant this week with Mental Health Week, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we couldn't believe it. I mean, we hadn't actually decided that it was specifically for that. It's just something that was close to my heart. So when we realised that the dates that we'd chosen was Mental Health Week, it felt like it was all meant to be. So do you know that the fate, the superstition thing that's going on in Blood Brothers, I sort of felt like, you know, it all happened all at once. It was meant to be.
So, did you ever hear the tale of the Johnston twins? As like each other as two new pins, of one womb born on the self-same day, how one was kept and one given away.
On the table! Never put new shoes on the table, you never know what might happen!
He always watched his own son, not someone else's. Myself, I believe that an adopted child can become one's own.
Now, you repeat after me. I will always defend my brother.
I will always defend my brother.
And stand by him.
And stand by him.
Bring her on, come on, let's see the author of such cruelty and judge for ourselves these terrible sins. Bring on the mother. Let the story begin.
So as we all know, Blood Brothers is set in Liverpool, and we have a real-life, genuine person from Liverpool playing Mrs. Johnson, don't we, Leslie?
You do indeed, yes.
So I believe this is a part you've always wanted to play.
It really is, yes. I haven't quite seen it the 14 times that you have, but I have seen it about 5. So, yeah, it's always been a part I wanted to play.
So what about the character of Mrs. Johnson? It really is quite a challenging part, isn't it?
It is, but it almost feels like home, if that makes any sense to people, because I think she's very much a woman that I grew up with. She certainly resonates with me. I think she puts her makeup on and does her hair and goes out every day to feel glamorous, but obviously she's going cleaning houses. But she, you know, something my nan used to do is put a lipstick on to clean the house. You know, you just got on with it in those days. Didn't matter what your circumstances were. If your house was clean, the kids were sort of clean, as clean as you could keep them, then you just got on with it.
And what about the set behind us here? We're standing outside your front door. Yes. Have they done a good job of recreating the Liverpool streets?
They have. Very good job, yeah. It's very much like a terrace, yes. My nan and granddad lived in a cul-de-sac, but there was terrace houses just beyond.
It's like one of the old houses from the TV series Bread. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do indeed. Yes, yes, that brings back many memories. Yes,
Okay, now we have your son standing beside us. We have young Mickey here. James, tell us about the character of Mickey.
The character is called Michael Johnson, but everyone calls him Mickey. He is energetic, witty, and not very well educated. Mickey takes a dark turn towards the second act, but we'll let you buy your tickets and come along to see how that turns out.
So, of course, still plenty of opportunity to come along and see the show. We've got the matinee tomorrow afternoon, Saturday afternoon at 2:30, and then back on tomorrow night, 7:30 at the Beaver Players Theatre. And let's see what's happening throughout Belfast and beyond in the coming week with our What's On guide. So, starting off with West End musical star Rachel Tucker, and she's going to be in the Mac Theatre in Belfast this Saturday and Sunday. Also, Saturday night, music legend Billy Ocean plays the Waterfront Hall here in Belfast. And staying with the Waterfront, and on Wednesday, the 17th of May, the Cranberries will be live in concert. And then over to the Grand Opera House on the 17th of May, and Sir Michael Parkinson brings his show, An Audience with Sir Michael Parkinson, to Belfast. Now, an isolated farming community comes under the spell of a charismatic yet mysterious preacher, Pastor O'Hare, in Mary Jones's latest play, Sinners, which runs at the Lyric Theatre here in Belfast until the 3rd of June. So we're looking ahead to Friday the 19th of May, and Action Ability Belfast have got a brand new show which opens in the Grand Opera House. It's called Stayin' Alive, So I Am, and Joe's going to tell us more. Joe, tell us all about the show.
Well, there's so much to tell about the show. The show is performed by young people and adults with various disabilities, and it's a real-life dramatisation of the young people's lives, various issues that they have faced, and obstacles that they've overcome. The script is basically based on stories from these young people, and the actual message of the show is to send out a message to people that there is hope out there if you do face these kind of challenges in your life, to open up, speak about them and get support, and these guys want to be able to send that message out to the audience.
So Friday the 19th of May, if people want to get tickets, how do they do that?
They can phone the Grand Opera House box office on 241919, and don't forget 02890 241919, yep, and they will be staying alive.
Brilliant.